Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Lim Nakrin. I just want to share with you some of the top stories that we are following this morning. And I have to start with really a tragic story involving the death of a teacher who we've learned has been shot. I want to show you some images that our team captured from the scene. The shooting still under investigation right now. And certainly a community in mourning at this moment. But here's what we know right now. We've learned it's 25-year-old Jason Ugbamo, who is a teacher at Marietta Middle School, and he was shot dead after that shooting on Sunday morning. We just learned the identity of this victim this morning. Really a tragic story. Marietta schools, offering condolences to their community and releasing a statement this morning saying in part to his students, Mr. Ugbamo was more than a teacher. He was a mentor, a role model, and a source of inspiration. He will be deeply missed by all who knew him. So far, police officers have not made any arrests in this shooting or shared information about who may have shot this teacher, but this is our top story right now on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. As you can see, this beloved teacher identified as the victim in this deadly weekend shooting in downtown Atlanta. We're going to work to gather more information and bring you the latest as we learn more on Atlanta News First and Atlanta News First Plus as well. Okay, I also want to let you know about this story as well. So you may recognize this mugshot. Well, that's a woman who is accused of stabbing 3 people in an airport incident, including a police officer and a Delta employee. Well, she is facing a judge today. Her name is Damaris Milton. She's from Orlando, Florida, 44 years old. Police believe that the stabbing spree began actually on the way to the airport inside of a taxi cab. Police say while inside the airport, Milton took a swipe at a Delta employee and then stabbed an Atlanta police lieutenant. Milton is facing multiple charges now of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, again set to face a judge today. We're going to follow all the latest on Atlanta News First and Atlanta News First Plus. Okay, I also want to direct you to another one of our top stories here on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. You can see that there are concerns of a collapse. Several roads remaining closed due to the risk of collapse at the site of a massive Atlanta apartment fire. You see the headline there on AtlantaNewsFirst.com, one of our top stories that we are following. So certainly a lot of concern there. This follows this fire, massive fire that ripped through this northeast Atlanta apartment complex. 2 people have been arrested in connection to the fire. People who live there, nearby businesses dealing with the fallout there, one of those being fears of a collapse. Atlanta News First Bridget Spencer has more.
The battalion chief here on scene tell us engineers are expected to come out here to inspect the property to make sure that it's safe for some of the tenants to go inside of one of the buildings to gather their belongings. Now, just to recap, the fire actually started late Friday night, just before 10:45, and firefighters are still out here making sure that hot spots are put out. Now, suspects Charnel Gunn and Robert Stokes, they were arrested and charged with criminal damage to property and reckless conduct for allegedly popping fireworks on top of the roof. They could appear in court as early as today. Meanwhile, dozens of people are now displaced, looking for another place to live. And there's also a big concern that Building 1000, where the fire was, could collapse.
As you can see, the whole roof is missing. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
At this juncture, with the amount of damage and the amount that has collapsed within the center of the building, it is looking like ultimately the building management will have to do some detailed demolition work.
The battalion chief says they actually could be out here for a few more days, making sure the hot spots are all put out. If you do travel along Cheshire Bridge or La Vista Road, you might want to be sure that you are prepared to take a detour. In Northeast Atlanta, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
And thanks to Bridget for that report. Okay, also want to let you know about these protests, these activists gathering at Gresham Park to march in protest of the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. Follows a weekend full of events by the group Block Cop City. These protests started Friday, the group using the time to prepare for today with protest training, legal education as well. The protesting and outrage against the facility that critics refer to as Cop City has been ongoing, of course, as we've been reporting to you. The goal of the center is to be a place where police, fire, EMS, and first responders can train and learn de-escalation, among other things. Protesters take issue, though, with the facility due to what they say is a poor effect on the environment, as well as police misconduct, police brutality, over-policing, especially in poor communities and black communities. At an event yesterday, we actually spoke with a man who traveled from New York just to be a part of the Stop Cop City movement.
All hands on deck approach. I think we fight this legislatively. I think we fight this every day in our communities, but we also fight this with direct actions as well as education, and also making sure that we're listening to people that are living in these neighborhoods, as well as people that are in touch with the environmental issues that's going on as well.
And the group was planning to march on a path through the woods towards a construction site for the training facility. We're going to keep following all the latest. Okay, I also want to update you on the latest on this proposal to keep bars in Atlanta open a little bit later now. So opinions are being sought on this issue. Happening today, you can share your opinion about that new proposal that could allow bars to stay open until 3 a.m., maybe 4 a.m. The proposal comes in the form of the Atlanta Hospitality Act. It was mentioned by Atlanta City Councilwoman Keisha Waits.
To drop this legislation because there's one more meeting left in the month of December, and the goal is to get this active for New Year's Eve.
So Waits is not confident a New Year's Eve change is going to happen, but with DeKalb County keeping bars open until 3 a.m., she does believe it's worth revisiting the time change. Atlanta eliminated its 4 a.m. closing time back in 2001 after a shooting in Buckhead. Waits says statistics show that closing earlier has not lessened crime, and the extra revenue could help fund more public safety officers and equipment. Obviously, a little bit of controversy there, but something we are going to keep following. Okay, let's turn now to a look at the forecast. It's just been a little drizzly out there. Here's meteorologist Rodney Harris.
So the weekend was kind of half and half, Joy. Today is actually fantastic. Today, if you got out the door this morning, other than it being chilly, it was a really nice morning. And we'll see a mix of sun and clouds today. It'll stay dry, temperatures in the 60s, right about average for this time of year. So no complaints today. However, what I'm showing you right now is an area of low pressure that's actually developing off the coast of Texas. This is not tropical in nature, but it's going to produce initially a lot of rain for South Texas, and this will travel east throughout the week and through the Gulf of Mexico, and eventually that's going to lead to rain chances for us in North Georgia. So today and tomorrow will be dry, but by Wednesday we are expecting showers to impact us in North Georgia. That heavier rain will be south, closer to the low, but definitely enough rain to where Wednesday is still a first alert. So here is our high resolution forecast model. You're going to notice this low starting tomorrow. Even though it's not raining on Tuesday, you're definitely going to notice more cloud cover. And then by Wednesday, notice how those showers are moving, and really early Wednesday morning. So it's possible that you'll have to deal with some showers as you go to work on Wednesday morning, and that shower activity will continue throughout the entire morning and afternoon. So again, Wednesday is the first alert. We're not really forecasting any thunderstorms, any severe weather, or anything like that, but Wednesday will be similar to Saturday. Saturday, especially in the morning, had rain out there. It was colder, cloudy. Wednesday will be that kind of day. So make sure and plan accordingly if you have anything going on Wednesday. Good news is that by Thursday we get a bit of a break. And then on Friday, a cold front will give us another opportunity for rain. So we need the rain. We'll have 2 chances for it this week, Wednesday and Friday, and we have our weekend, which is looking dry. So not only do we get some much needed rain this weekend, or this week rather, but by the time you get to your weekend plans, we should be in better shape. So I'll leave you with this forecast model. Again, today and tomorrow will be dry, temperatures in the 60s, so no issues there, but we'll keep you up to date on those rain chances on Wednesday in the First Alert Weather app. Everybody have a fantastic Monday, and until next time, we'll see you soon.